How will you position the new barn? This way and tie into the mill?
Probably that way.
Oh, you're
But
gonna
it'd be
you're gonna tie into the parlor then, eh?
like yeah. But I'm thinking they're from this side of the milk house there will probably be as wide as this door here, and outside the outside wall there. That would be the size of the new barn. And going that way, so the feed alley would be going that way instead of this way.
Are you gonna get those automatic milkers?
Eventually, maybe.
You know, the longer you wait, the bigger.
I've got this on video. Please say yes. Good question. Good question, Gary.
Go all this route, spend all
All right.
that money. The wife doesn't have time to come in and handle that parlor all the time. She's gonna be in the field. You need that automatic milker.
I'm taking this for 5 years from
Come
now.
on.
I'm serious.
Just
Say,
sign here.
just say
sign
yes.
here
Just
and I
say
will-
yes to the robots, JP. Just say yes.
He's tough.
What do you think, Gary? Should we go for the robots?
The robots are in.
Yeah.
We can't spend all our time in the field. We got other things to do.
Do you guys insure robots?
Definitely.
Ah.
Like-
See? Huh?
I don't know. Trevor,
Oh.
Trevor and Diane was the coverage
Okay.
on that. But the last one I was in New Lisgard,
Yeah.
she had 3 of them.
Oh, is that goatee? You goatee?
No, I forget the name. I know the barns. I
Robot?
don't know the names. He had 3 of them. He shows up once a month, picks up a check. That's all he does.
I doubt that.
The wife's in the field doing the rest. I'm telling you, it's not a bad thing.
Okay, Gary, just quickly explain to us what are you doing here? Just for my memos here.
What I'm looking at is I'm looking at the structural, seeing how it is. It's a little bit off. So you
Okay.
can tell by the waviness of it. It's shifting, it's moving, it's deteriorating, it's on its last legs.
Okay, so
So that'll be in the report. That farm's in the last legs, and within probably a 4-year period, it'll be torn down and put up, and we'll even have robotic milkers.
I like that. You see, again, say that again. Robotic milkers, right, JP?
Oh boy.
Ah.
If we're going to insure that barn, the new barn, we might as well insure it all with a new robotic milk.
I like where you're going, Gary.
Have to go there. So we'll check out the main electrical. Yeah, she's a little bit. You don't have a lot of weight up top.
No.
Insulating value only. So if it does anything structural,
We'll try to do a better tie-in as that one.
yeah. I noticed that.
In my defense, it was all done before I came back.
Okay, so what are you guys looking at? What are you guys looking at right now? Just so I can.
You're looking at the line. All we can do structurally, we can't tear apart walls. We can't see what the studs are like.
Okay.
Down below, like a lot of the older barns like this, they would just cut them off and they'd put up a footing, a 3-foot poured concrete footing just to try and save it.
Yeah, that was done already.
Exactly. I believe you did that. You may have done that.
We did that in 2000, but there's still the issue now is not with the walls. It's actually with the
structural components.
Structural closer to the parlor at the other end. There is issues there.
Good.
And we put up that beam in the middle just to help
This one here?
No, the
The
one in
the
the
other-
middle in the front of the stalls.
That's what saved it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because it was really sagging at one point.
Well, it's a different kind of build. It's not a timber build. It's a frame build.
It was trusses that were made by without engineers.
Yeah.
And it's trying to figure out where point load is, and you try to put that beam in the middle. It's not necessarily where it should be, because I studied a bit like with point load, but the beam there should be, with the trusses that are up there should be two point loads where the lights are. But you can't put beams right in the middle of the alleyway.
This is your truss. What is it? A 2x10, 2x12?
Yeah, but the problem with it is the bracing in between. It's not.
There's no bridging in between. Yeah, no tie-in, so it doesn't.
Well, it ties in, but like I said, you would need the support underneath the, like basically on top of the alleyways. But on top of the alleyways, you can't put a beam there. You need.
You got your track, you got everything. It's not what you'd have to do is rebuild, and you'd have to rebuild the entire upper floor.
You're gonna rebuild that.
And if you're gonna do that, what do you got? You still got a.
Oh yeah, you still have
What is this building? Is this a 60, 80-year-old building?
It's not that old. It's about 69 years old.
See, that's not a good build. It was inferior materials used at the time.
Yeah.
I don't find that. When I find a 69 build, it's not even, what is it, 40 years old?
Yeah.
40 some years old, it hasn't held the test of time. But again, it's low, so the moisture really fatigues the wood. Your
A
steel
lot
and-
so like before. Now that it's opened up, it's a lot drier in
lot
here.
better now. It's workable for you, but the new barn is going to be so nice.
Okay, Gary, tell us what you see. What needs to, if we had to fix it and not rebuild, what would be your comments here?
You'd have to, the whole upper floor would have to, there's nothing salvageable.
Okay.
There's nothing to save here. It's a bad build.
It's done.
If you had to rebuild it, you'd be just wasting your money.
Okay.
That's what it looks like to me.
Ah.
Because where do you start?
Exactly.
Exactly, and then you have to tear off on top, and to get this, you have to go with structural across, and then every so many you're going to have to need the supports, and like you said, you expand it too far, and it's not designed for what it is.
Well, it used to be a tied-up barn, and it was a tie-up barn up to here, where you see where the and that from there. The rafters run down.
If this was a 100-year-old barn, this would still be good.
Yeah, probably.
If it was a timber barn, I would come in, and the only thing I see some people do, because they're so low, the lower level where the animals are, they have the mouths filled up with hay, is if they could get another 3 feet down below for air circulation, ventilation for your health and the animals. Some of the lower barns I'll go into at 35, 40 below, axed out, and they all have pneumonia because of because of the urine and the ammonia and all of the gases. Exactly. That's what kills it. And it killed the barn too. That kills the animals. Where's our main electrical pan? It's here.
Oh, in the milk house.
I think we've got it pretty good here. Yeah, we know it's just not bad. Your father-in-law has gone through the electrical in the mill. He's probably gone through everything.
Except for a few things that the cows damaged there, but
Well, most of your lighting is just pigtail.
yeah. Well, you see when they're in heat like that, they're climbing each other.
Yeah.
So then
That's
they
it.
get
Then
up
they
and
come
then they hit and they bust those lights.
You're using LEDs everywhere?
Not everywhere, but everything. We're trying to replace everything with
You
LEDs.
have fluorescent pigtails?
Fluorescent?
You know the little
No, I used to have one there. No more.
Good. Those would be bad in here.
Oh,
Okay, 'cause even
Ah.
if the animals break them, they're mercury coated.
no.
And if they go down and they step on it, get it on their hoof, they could get a cut. The cut won't heal. And they have mercury. Mercury is a horrible, horrible thing in those bulbs.
That's
So anywhere
first
for the
time I
animals
hear
here,
that.
that's bad.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's why they pay me the big bucks.
I want this on camera. Say that again.
that check is still in the mail. I want the cooperators to know that. But that's okay.
That's good. That's good, Gary.
You can't have fun doing your job. You might as well not do it.
So what are you looking for now?
Well, I wanted to just ask, like the silos, I'm not seeing very many surface cracks. Do you get inside them very often?
Inside?
Inspect them?
Yeah.
Well,
No choice.
A lot of time. Well, every time we go change a door or something.
Will they empty before you fill them?
Yeah, most of the time. That one it wasn't empty this year when we.
So you'll go for that one first and try and empty that to inspect it, or depending what's in them, I guess.
Exactly, because like we're running 60% corn ration. So the corn is like it's almost like 2 sets of silos. Like we get to the corn, and then because that's mixed together with the haylage. Eh?
Yeah.
But
Yeah, so these ones you inspected, they looking pretty good down at the base.
yeah, we just that one was reunited.
Hi everyone, it's Sylviane. I'm a mom, wife, friend, and dairy farmer. And right now, you're touring with us on our entrance inspection, annual entrance inspection. So keep following, shh, be quiet, and hang tight, and let's keep following Gary on the annual insurance inspection on the dairy farm.
Sawdust. Oh yeah, for bedding stuff. That's when they get issues.
Now, main electrical panel for here, is there one?
Yeah,
Is there
right
any?
here.
Okay, good.
Can we get that on camera?
Oh, yeah,
Can you-
well, we're gonna take a look at the
Oh.
electrical panel. That's not gonna show much, it's just gonna show surface.
Well, hopefully I don't want it to show much, but okay, so okay, so what? Okay, explain to me what you're doing
So
here,
what we're
Gary.
trying to do is get an infrared thermal view of the surface of the electrical panel. Sometimes we're going to get breakers. You see on the top left, we're only operating about 20 degrees, which is probably normal temperature in here.
Okay, and
But there may not be a lot operating. The equipment may not be operating, so we're getting a picture of only what is operating.
okay,
Oh, so
What
that
would
thing
be-
is operating right now almost.
So, and that's why it probably looks, really nice. What we want to see, that's what we expect. Now, the only other thing I'm looking for, you've got to cut off. Do you blow this out maybe once a year?
Yes.
Maybe I should, eh?
yes we do. Yes we do.
I'm gonna go with her answer.
Yes we do.
'Cause it will probably be done, what, in the next month or two?
Okay.
Yes, right after when we're done harvest. Yes.
That's a good time to do it. And you get up, because anything out here, it should be sealed up fairly well. There's not a lot of cracks and openings. So you should be good. But in there, if there is anything, and they do get hot, you
catch
can start
fire.
something inside. The only other thing we got to do, look on the side, knowing your father-in-law, he's probably got all the holes filled.
Huh?
Okay, you see these here on the side? You see those here?
There's
these
plugs
little,
missing?
yeah, there's plugs.
Oh, you're gonna ask my father to go fill those plugs? That's not good. He's got big fingers.
He's gonna slip it in, and he's gonna take a screwdriver. The guy's a class act.
All right,
Okay.
done deal.
Now, and that's important because if not, a mouse will get in there.
Ooh.
Okay.
They'll
short.
they'll
Just
short
like
it
your
out.
combine.
They'll-
Shit,
Oh,
yeah.
exactly. And they will eat the insulation. They'll short it, and they'll blow the panel right off the wall.
Well, that's
It'll shut you down.
they shut the combine down.
Oh, it happens all the time.
That's how the combine problem started, Gary.
Yeah,
Yeah, seriously.
I'm not surprised. Combine, unless you disconnect that thing in the fall when you're finished and disconnect the battery, you're taking a chance.
Really?
Well,
Well, you should have told
me
shoulda came
before.
last
See,
year.
those cooperators should be sending out a page to farmers.
Yeah.
End of the year. You know what? Do little things to do at the end of the year to just keep.
Well, we do have all these internal things, but there's so much with liability today that everybody's almost scared to do the right thing. It almost
But
comes down to that.
everybody's got to take accountability for what they're doing.
Exactly.
And you know what?
They got to suck it up, and they got to do the right thing, and that's
Yeah.
why me. Being
I want this.
That's why me being a nagging conscience, it. Well, according to the wife, that's where I should be doing, because I've got a knack for that.
That's good though. That's good. I like this. So JP, you're cleaning the.
Well, I'm not blowing it out, but at least it's gonna be cleaner than it was when we opened it.
Until the wife comes by and vacuums it,
Yeah.
right?
Oh well.
Actually, when your father-in-law, he'll probably just take the compressor and he'll blow and he'll take the cover off, take a look, because every once in a while, He's got a special little screwdriver. It's a torque screwdriver, and
Yeah.
he will go on every one where the wires are coming in on every breaker, and he'll just torque it.
See, now I've got proof to show him that he's gonna need to do that.
Oh, good one.
So,
those
so
are-
look
those
in
are
here
always
and
good.
say, Gator, you better be torquing those.
Because every so many years, what'll happen is, I think the cooperators will ask you to have an electrician come in and take a look at everything here.
Well, that's what happened about how many years ago, Jay? When ESA,
7, 8 years.
no, not even. Yeah, they did.
Required an inspection. That's good.
Yeah.
They'll look at everything, but they won't do maintenance.
Okay.
They're an inspection body only. If they see something, they'll say, "Hey, we need your father-in-law in."
Well, we didn't get my dad to do that because my dad was out of town, but we did get.
Well, he was still working at that time, wasn't
Yeah. We got some electricians to come and do up everything that was needed to be done,
They're
and
all bolted down, secured. That's excellent. You know, while we're here, we'll take a quick look at this. Now, it's not a good idea sometimes to buy your own fuel tank. Okay. Now, what I'm going to look for is I'm going to look for the thickness of the shell on this and the date it was manufactured. Okay. So that's kind of insurance. It's the insurance requirements that we just draw a line and say this tank's no longer acceptable from an insurance standpoint.
and then if there's a problem, the director that's right beside you will make a quick call to her co-op.
Exactly. And then they get on to Ray, because Ray's probably got all kinds of old tanks. And here's what
And
we look
we've
at.
got some beautiful new ones too.
Oh, I know, but
Hold
the
on.
double wall.
Hold on,
Here's what we're looking for.
hold on, not too fast there. I want to check this out.
Wow.
All right, what are you looking at? We're looking at this.
Yeah, so we're going to take that information. So we've got the fuel tank. Let me get proximity. Okay, fuel tanks. South Barn. Okay, those buildings, fuel tank. So,
2200.
so it's 2.5 millimeters thick.
Is that good?
That's the thick one. That's the one you want.
Okay. And the thin ones would be under
It would be 2 mil.
2 mils. Okay.
Oh, it's
2
sitting right.
So show me where that's written, JP, with your finger.
2.5 millimeter, and it's built 2007. So I'll go back and check and see whether, how the acceptability of this. I know an outside tank 2 mil is 5 years, and this could be 7.
So it might be. It probably needs to be replaced then.
2.5.
Do they replace them or they repaint them? I
No,
know
no.
they came and repaint them.
Well, this could be good for 14 years. I'll go back and check,
Okay.
because it's something where I'll go.
Yeah. Before I go to Ray and say,
Well, yeah, and I'll be sending you all of that stuff anyways.
send it to Ray.
He knows anyways. I yak at him about these things all the time. Once every 4 years is all he can handle with me anyways. So it's not a bad thing.
Have you seen him since we had Jack on our board? Since because Jack Wilkinson,
I'm not sure.
Jack is now our chair of the board on top of that.
It was about 4 years ago.
Okay.
But every 4 years we go and do a lot of co-ops, like co-op housing and regular retail co-ops.
Nice.
But what you've done is the right thing. The only thing that would be nicer to do when you have fuel tanks.
Is paint them?
Well, you see you've got your non-combustible base. You've got a bit of a dike, but you don't really need that. What I would suggest, if the tank's old enough, and I'll put that in the report, is to suggest going with a double wall.
Okay.
It buys you a little bit better deal, and they last a lot longer. The manufacturer's dead date on that is quite long, maybe 25 years.
I think all the new tanks that we've bought at the
They
co-op,
have
I
to
think
be.
I think that we have.
The single wall are obsolete now,
Yeah.
so that's where they'll be going, and it probably offers you a better deal from the heat. Okay. So it probably doesn't vape off as much.
See, I was gonna think that you were gonna tell us to build something overhead.
You can if it's non-combustible. It would be metal rails and a metal just sun shielding more than anything.
Just like the one we got
That
beside
would-
the furnace.
That's really good.
Okay.
It helps with evaporation.
Okay.
Okay. The other thing is the grass would be nice to get it gone. It's the only thing. Now, what you're doing is you're going to find you own that fuel. You don't care that much about the tank, but you care about the fuel. The only thing is if the tank leaks and you're driving around, if you had like a concrete base or, you know, a white stone down there, as you're driving by, subconsciously you're going to look at that and say, why is that puddle there? It's not supposed to be black. That's diesel.
You'll automatically see it.
And it's automatic. You do it all the time. You don't even know you're doing it.
Okay.
And that's what's good with having all of this brush cleaned out around it.
Okay, so that's a suggestion.
Yeah.
Okay,
Mario.
say it, Mario.
Mario, you're up.
All right.
That would be good. And if your base in there is black, it's you know, it's not what you want. It looks like tar, I guess. Is it almost like a pavement or?
A cement.
It is cement, eh?
Yeah.
So okay, it just got darkened over the years. When you get that all gone, it'd be nice to clean that right out because you've got a bit of a sill. That's not bad. If you do it, you've got to set up for 2 tanks. If you had
We did have 2 tanks
non-combustible-
here.
Exactly.
We had gas, but
No, you don't need gas.
And
well,
now
the
they-
thing with gas is I wasn't using enough, and then
It just evaporates.
well it condensates, and then
Oh,
your gas
big
go
time.
bad,
and then you've got gas, you've got water in it, and with that shielding over it, it'll be really good. And then you're not filling up that. That would almost stay dry and free of snow and everything, and it would act as a bit of a hold. Where's your well?
Which one?
We got 2. We had to. That was another ick that we had. We've had a lot of little. We've got 2 wells right there, and on the front lawn.
Are they drilled wells?
Yes.
And that's good. You want to be at least 50 feet from a drilled well, 100 feet from a dug well. So we're good. No, that's good, JP. We'll go check out the heating system.
There's no nails in there.
Say that again, JP. Show me that piece of wood.
It's just they probably got I don't know where it comes from, but
Now the lines on the barn look really good. You don't have much problems with the trusses up top, or are they hanging in there pretty good?
on the back, on the north side of that one, it's starting to.
And you're catching it at a good time. That is good. About 25 feet from all buildings, you're right on the number.
See, look at that beautiful thing that my brother-in-law's working on. Have you seen it?
No.
Look at that.
Oh, is that the AMX?
Oh,
I seen
Yeah.
that coming in. It caught my eye when I was coming in. He was at a place on the left-hand side. Is that? Yeah.
that's it.
I know. I seen the car. I said, oh yeah. Okay, there's nothing for me to talk about here. This is
Hi guys, it's Sylviane. Taking a quick tour with the insurance guys. Hi Gator, I know you're in there. Take notes. All right, let's keep going on our tour. Let's have fun with this. Learn a bit and hopefully get a lot of things done afterwards.
And in the wintertime, it would have been nice, you know, would be good. Yeah, because it's so close to the wood, but when you look at it, what's going to burn if the wood goes down? You're going to burn your wood pile.
Yeah.
And it's not really an insured peril, I don't think.
The wood pile, no.
No.
We wouldn't claim it anyways.
So you're not going to, exactly. And you don't need to go there, but this thing here, if it was a little further back, it would have been better. But you know, on the next build, if if you're not strapped for distance, you could even just position it. It's when you open it and you get sparks flying. That's the thing with everything. But you've got good common sense. Nothing for me to squawk about. I'm not going there anyways. I like the plastic hose on front.
Yeah.
A sharp edge. That's
Well,
smart.
if it can be put back on correctly, would be a good idea.
Good common
See?
sense. I like when I see stuff.
Okay,
That's
little
like
reminder, guys. We need to put this back on.
I'm not taking credit for that.
JP, Mario, we need to put this back onto this.
Oh, you mean the truck
Yep.
station? 2.5.
so about 5 kilometers.
4.
Even, eh?
4K.
4K. Good.
The fire hall?
Yeah.
4K.
Good enough. And you've got backup.
Yeah.
What's its capacity?
75 kilowatt.
75 kW. So it'll run the whole place.
The whole place. I could hook up the neighbors. If
I know you could do a small village with that. Right? Okay, backup. Now, do you have any kind of the electrical? Do you have anything with stray voltage for the barn?
No.
No.
Never had.
You don't
What?
need it then. Eh?
I never had issues with stray voltage, but I don't want any. Like I've heard.
You're right. Oh,
We had some friends out on Milleran with stray voltage,
Yeah.
right? Gaston Vincent. Yeah,
when I was in New Lisgard, one young guy had that. There's an airport, and there's some transmission lines that are going, and he's lost like his whole herd. I don't know how. He says they just touch it. Next thing you know, they're dropped down dead. I don't know how that works, but they're so sensitive. Are you getting my good side, though?
absolutely. No, this is like all stray voltage is not a good is not a good ground.
And he's doing all kinds of grid work with steel, trying to isolate everything and ground it. And he said it helps, but he said there's still the possibility.
Not ideal.
No.
See the line there?
So okay, right now we're looking at the back line. JP, right?
Yeah.
And is it good or it ain't that good?
It's not that good. Like it could be better. That's the part where I. It's the
Thanks
part
for stopping in.
where the-
Catch you later, girl. Okay, so
You know, it's going to be a small section. The thing is, you're going to get snow build up in here.
Yeah, but there's also buildup in there.
Well, all the cavities, when you have the different height elevations, you're going to get snow loading in there. So when you do your next barn, where you tie in, if you tie in, it's going to be a straight run. But if you tie into the milk house, and it's a different height elevation, your milk house you're going to have to reinforce.
Okay.
Because your trusses in there are
Should go
probably
like
on-
right on top of the milk house, just going that way all the way.
I would tear the roof off, and I would incorporate it in. But just me and you
Okay.
talking.
Yeah.
Okay, and mention that to them, because if you have different height elevations, you have to tear the roof off almost anyways, because you have to retruss inside, because the snow up top's going to come down on that roof,
Okay.
and it's not designed for it. And your milk house is where your bucks are. I mean, the other place is just a warehouse.
Yeah.
That's
where are the bucks, Gary? Hold on. Tell us where the bucks are.
are in the milk house, right beside the robotic milk.
I like where you're going. All right, JP, did you hear that? Robots.
You're big on that stuff. So am I. That stuff, it just saves so much time. It's something they don't have to do anymore. But you know, in 4 or 5 years down the road, the expenses may be down.
See,
on
I like how I'll be able to replay this to this guy.
I'm just a broken record. That's all
Hey,
I gotta
keep
go.
going. All right, what are you looking at? Right
Now-
here, what are we looking at, Gary?
Now we're looking at just our wiring. We want to see here a little dusty area. I see closed. That's what you want to see. This is just a cut above. That's where. Now the biggest problem on anything is always electrical.
Okay.
So having a father-in-law that's big on electrical.
Okay, I don't think I got you when you spoke about how the wiring was done in that
Oh,
in
it's
that
a-
machinery
It's
shed.
all done like. I don't normally get that kind of wiring with those kind of fittings.
Yeah.
Throw most of those, you know, even though it's a mill, it's the right way to do it. But I'll see sometimes the panel will be outside the building and they don't have to go that route at all.
All right.
It's like a bunch of overkill. It's done really well with the wiring. It's just a cut above.
Okay, so he did it the right way. I'll be able to show him here that you approve and this is good. So you approve with the electrician's work so far?
If he, I'd recommend him.
All right. So he may have a future job.
He's instrumentation, industrial electrician. He overkills everything.
All right, so tell him, say Gator. Right in here. Gator?
Gator, we need your number. Can you do a robotic milker?
Ah, All right, thanks, Gary.
I see future plans for him.
Ah. Oh, sorry, Gary.
That's good.
This is good. So what should we be looking for here?
Well, I'm looking for the lines. You see, I'm looking for this truss that goes most of the ways across,
Yeah?
and it stops. So it throws you off a bit. What happened there, JP, with that? That was like a,
The beam.
yeah. Was it put in after the fact? Was a wall moved? This wall is
It's the other end that was moved.
that was cut. And what happened at this end? It doesn't seem to have a post underneath it.
Oh well, no, it's got the concrete thing. Like it used to be.
But the tie-in is just at the bottom.
But it used to be.
Let's take a look at that.
What do you call that? Used to be wood.
That's nothing, eh? That was up top for lighting or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll take a look at that beam. We'll go over and
I'm
take
gonna
a
go
look.
this way.
We'll see what that looks like.
So you're looking at this beam here, Gary?
Yeah, I want to see. So, okay.
Oh, okay. The post was.
Yeah.
There used to be a post here. We had the thing for this installed on top, so we couldn't have we wanted the wheelbarrow, and the post was in the way, so that's why that.
It's gonna be put back
Well,
when Gator comes by.
Why would you want to put that back?
well, it's not. What do you got up top?
Just nothing up top. It's just straw, like same as the other end.
How much straw? Oh, a couple.
Nothing.
Feet.
Like
a couple of feet.
Not even. Actually, I think up here
It might be
it's
hollow.
actually empty
Yeah.
because the straw is on that side of the concrete wall.
I'd like to see the. I'd like to see that. See, that's what sticks out. That's what sticks out for me. When you cut a beam, it's fine, but you got to put a column. When you cut this, you have to have that column. If we get wind or if we get snow loading up top, that's what it's designed for.
Okay.
When you can't alter the design, like the way you needed this one, like this one goes nowhere either, but you've got one fairly close.
You don't feel safer with that than with this,
No.
because that steel
That's all steel. It is-
steel
yeah.
underneath a beam
Yeah, it is steel.
up
yeah.
to here.
Yeah, it is.
That's stronger than that.
It's pretty good. It was a compromise. You needed it out, so you got it out.
I'm sure my dad'll fix it in 3
Well,
weeks.
what about on that other end? What about that? Like, where is the support supposed to be? I mean, I got one there, one here, one here, one there. It's kind of you're going crisscross.
Oh, I
So,
know.
where are the trusses up above?
They're going down.
They should be. So this here is just a bridge. That's just a piece of bridging between, I guess. Eh? That's not the way the trusses are running here. That
What are you showing me there?
see on the left here that this
Yeah.
is just a little bridge between them, eh?
There's a used to be a square for grain here. There used to be a square for grain, so the truss still runs. Well, you come and look. It's easy.
Why don't we go up top?
Yeah, come
Because
on,
I'm not
Tom.
going to be able to sleep tonight till
All right, come on, Gary. Let's go on top.
It's important that I sleep. I'm old.
All right, hold on. Let's follow JP here.
That's the only reason why it sticks out. It's not the norm.
No.
So is this a fixable thing?
I don't think it needs fixing.
Do you think my dad'll think it needs a fixing?
No, I don't.
So this is just a calving barn, eh?
This is just,
Yeah, just,
there should be no animals in here. We had said we were gonna keep this for hospital for the cows. So
Yeah,
this is
isolate
just,
'em?
yeah.
But we just got too many calves, so they ended up being bumped in here.
All right, so we're gonna go up and have some fun.
If I'm not back in 3 days, send somebody, eh?
Hey, we got no shovel with us. We're leaving it downstairs. All right. I've got your back if you fall. But don't fall. We are insured though, Gary. All right.
So this is where we store the straw, basically. It's 2 by 6 on that.
This is an overkill.
All right.
Yeah, see, it looks better up top than it does down below.
Say no. Hold on, Gary. I gotta get that. Hold on. JP, you're in the way. Move.
So what we have to do is take a look at that other part.
That part here.
Okay, Gary, say it again because I totally didn't get that.
Yeah, it's all 2 by 6s on end. You could probably drive a tractor over this section.
All right.
And we're gonna take a look at that section because it was a bit cockeyed.
All right.
Yeah, even your trusses up here. I'm starting to see corrosion on them. Why is that?
Corrosion?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because we leave the door open during winter time, maybe?
Yeah, and because you don't have ventilation at the top. You gotta vent the barns.
Okay.
When you don't vent the barns, this is what happens.
Okay. Those are.
Yeah. You see what happens on these? Remember I was telling you about that old barn where it was 1.5 feet the trusses in that milk in
Yeah.
the milk barn? And it was the same thing. He didn't have any ventilation. Yeah, you see the corrosion just from the moisture and the gases. And because you don't have a ridge vent, which I don't really care for them. Snow gets in, rain gets in, depending how it blows. But on your future barn, that's how you have to go. Because that will kill a barn. Okay, we're gonna go take a look. That's just an empty building. We're gonna go check out this part here.
Okay, I'm not following you guys because I've got flip-flops.
Okay.
See, that's
Yeah.
that's how it was made. See, that thing is strong enough because we were loading that with a ton and over of grain. Over a ton. So if it would have,
And that steel thing is good.
yeah. So right now we're not putting any stuff in that no more. So it's all moved to the other barn.
Was it all? What happened here? Did the wall push?
Which one?
It's a little bit leaning. See how it's leaning?
Yeah, but it's just built like that for because it was storing grain here.
But this,
Back in the
but
days.
This here piece right here is.
Yeah, it was made like that.
No kidding. Well, just in the day. And,
Yeah,
you know,
it's same on that side.
oh, cause they fulcrumed it in.
Yeah.
That's what they did.
Hey, JP, can you come here and just keep taking the video with just what you're showing him and just bring it back to me?
Oh, why you don't want to come up top?
No, I got flip-flops.
Oh, don't hurt yourself.
Don't touch any buttons. Don't turn anything off.
Yeah, and I can see everything going that way. So okay, yeah, it's just an old build, like,
Back up a bit.
and you know, and you're absolutely right. It's not something you'd rebuild. It isn't. The wood's still hanging in. You're gonna have a lot of good wood at the end of the day, but you know, good to burn anyways.
Sell it. A lot of people want that.
The old barn wood.
Oh, burn, yeah.
Okay, JP, bring me back my camera.
So okay, so now you see why it's important to have that ventilation.
Yeah.
And the older barns of that era, that was the big thing with them. The moisture would kill it. Only because they didn't have any ventilation or the whirly birds or anything like that. We're gonna we need a cover plate on this, eh? You see, even
Yes.
your electrical, you see the
Yes.
corrosion in that?
Yeah.
Just the high heat, eh? If you
Oh,
have a
up
cover
there?
plate.
One cover plate up here.
Okay, hold on. Let me show the electrician here.
Now, what do we call this?
That's just for lighting.
No, but the barn section we're in. Just the milk house?
Oh, just top of the parlor.
Good. Second floor parlor, milk house, okay.
Yeah.
Second floor milk house. Okay. Cover plate, right?
Oh, you just plug your, you just plug that in, eh?
The elevator, yeah.
Yeah.
When we.
Oh, good.
That's the top of the milk house.
Oh, your trusses are good here.
Cover plate to be put in by owner, not father-in-law. Get that, JP?
Okay.
And JP says okay. Maybe the wife, I'll put it in. All right, we're going back downstairs because these flip-flops are holding on too good on these stairs. All right. All right, turning you guys around. We're gonna walk through the milk house through the parlor. So right now we're touring our dairy complex with the insurance guy from the Cooperators, and he's gonna help us make some little changes and tell us what needs to be done to make sure that everything is done correctly. So thanks for joining in, guys. I really appreciate it. I know there's a couple of you guys on there right now. So hi, Gator. And I think Cabby's on, I think. Cabby, you want to go ahead and say hello? Because I can't see who's on. We've got 3 people hanging on with us. So welcome to everyone. We're on our dairy farm making the annual inspection with the insurance man from the Cooperators. So, hey. All right, Cabby, take care. No, we're not cutting you off, Gator. So, all right. To everybody that's leaving, take care. We're not, this live stream's still going. And we're just waiting for the boys to come back downstairs because I've got my flip-flops and couldn't walk around. But they're almost done, so. You guys almost done up there? Did we lose them? I can barely hear them anymore. They must have. I'm gonna turn you guys around and you guys are gonna see what it looks like from down here. All right, so you've got, this used to be where, this little room here used to have a hammer mill. And that's a fan that comes from the milk parlor, and it takes all the heat from the milk parlor and shoots it out, so whoever's milking the cows, I can hear them. Nope, that's not them. Oh.
Rises from here.
There's JP. All right, guys, almost done up there.
I think so.
I'm starting to be lonely down here. All right.
Oh, nice. Yeah,
Well, we used to have, you see my wheel at the other end? And I used to have my silos.
now it makes sense why this building's like this.
Yeah.
Because you drive the tractor.
Yeah.
Won't be too long. They're right a little bit past where I can video. Oh, there's our Gary. There's Gary. All right, Gary, before you come down, hold on.
What?
What's your overall opinion of upstairs?
When it's strong, now I know why. It's the mill.
Excellent.
Because you could drive a truck on this. That's how strong it is.
So really the only thing that needs to be done upstairs is the cover plate?
Cover plate up here, that's it.
All right.
Over on the other side.
We'll let you come down then.
Yeah.
If that's the only thing.
Yeah, it's strong. you have a hurricane, this is the place to be.
So you were honestly surprised by what you saw there? You weren't expecting to see what you saw, right?
That's more what we call mill construction.
Okay.
And if there was a ramp, you'd drive your tractor right up.
Seriously?
Yeah, because of the, 2x6
Okay.
tied up on each other, and they're probably nailed in, spiked in. And
Well, there used to be a lot of.
6-inch.
I remember when we started dating, we had stuff in there because we were feeding the cows inside the parlor.
All the grain there. in
Their feed. Yeah.
So for here, so we'll go with that. Let's say. Let's see. What do we have? Second floor. Above milk house.
And what's on top of on top of that floor, JP? Like what's on top of here?
Here, nothing.
Nothing at all.
Just straw for insulation.
Should have a cover. Okay, here. The expanse is too long on that one beam, so you'd need have you got a jack post around a 4x4?
Be it same thing as the other one. They're just at the end.
Yeah, that would work. Whatever's quick and simple.
Okay.
So what do we call it? I'm gonna call it just a calf room.
Okay.
The hospital.
That's it.
Hoof trimming room.
Hospital.
We've all got a different name. I'm gonna call it Room X.
Room X.
Gator's room.
Figure it out.
Room name to be decided later. Room.
I've got this all on video, so we can.
Yeah, what
Deliver-
I'm gonna do while I'm here?
What are you gonna do?
Put a bit of bedding for those calves because I don't like what they're.
What kind of bedding is that, JP?
It's a bit of
I'll go get a
wood
photo.
shavings and a bit of straw, a bit of a mix of everything.
And now the calves are gonna have some fun.
I'll just spread it around.
JP's gonna do his funky dance. Woohoo! You know I've got this on video, Jake.
That's why I was moving.
All right. Entertainment for all. That's okay.
Okay, we're good.
Say that again?
We're good for here.
All right.
Parlor.
Okay, and this building, JP used to hold about how many heifers?
We had up to 36 heifers.
Going in the back way here, JP?
Yeah, you can go there.
We'll meet you there.
See?
Oh, that was quick. Oh, yeah, no construction here. Well, what are we, you got double 6 or double 5?
Double 5, yeah.
You're almost doing the gator dance
Yeah, I
in
was
there.
trying.
You're trying to do the gator dance. See? You see the holes that we have? That's where every cow had a pull cord, and we'd actually pull on every single cord and the grain.
Well, give
The
them
grain,
feed.
the grain that was upstairs,
Oh, no kidding.
yeah, was actually being fed down to.
Now everything's incorporated in the mixer at the other end.
Yeah. So, will you be keeping this down the road or updating this, or this is yesterday's news?
Well,
No,
if we
robot.
go to the robots, this goes.
Oh, say that again! Say that again!
I said if we go to the robot, this goes.
What would this cost you to go double 6 or so down the
It
road?
depends what we do, eh?
One and a quarter, 1.5?
If you go completely new and that's when the robots they kind of
Exactly, it's a trade-off.
yeah.
Or do you go the other way, and the amount of time that you save, would you get that back in earnings kind of thing? doing something else.
Do you see the biggest issue I see with a milking parlor with this size herds is to get maximum productivity out of the cows? You almost have to milk them more than twice a day. See?
They're
And-
milk, they
right
milk
now.
when they need to milk though, don't they?
In the robots, that's what you can achieve, like 2.8, 2.6 times a day.
Exactly.
In a parlor, this
No.
size of herd, it's
Two.
not worth it. It's 2 and that's it.
Exactly. And that's the payoff, and that's the thing
Yeah.
going there, because what can you buy a month? Point one of, your quota?
A
Can you-
quota, yeah, about.
Yeah, that's about it, so you
Yeah.
can still, it's still, eventually you do get there.
Yeah, but I think what you gain from the increased productivity in the with the robots, you're probably paying it back to upkeep the robot. That's what I think.
When I'm talking to the guys in New Liskeard, they had three doubles. I
Okay.
think they're doubled, eh?
Oh, yeah.
They come in, they have one, and,
Okay, get out of the light.
I think there's three
You're ruining my
doubles.
video, JP.
I think there's three doubles, and he says there's not a lot for them to do.
No?
I don't know if that's because they're new, or because they've tweaked them.
Okay.
Because they've been in Europe forever and a day.
Mhm.
They come over to here, and they've, the new
They're
models.
good.
All they're doing is CSA or hydro,
Okay. I've heard if
Yeah,
the
same way they go.
if the setup of the barn, if the barn layout is
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
then you don't, the cows work nice with the robot.
He was milking 160, I think, or no, maybe 160, because he had three of them.
Okay.
He had music going, and the barn was clean as a whistle, and, just like, I'm walking around in my shoes, I didn't even need my boots here.
Yeah.
So, and he said, there's nothing for me to do here, really.
Our friends, one of our close friends, actually put one in 2
Yeah.
years ago now, and the first year,
Yeah.
he barely slept.
Well, even when you get a new buildings aren't great buildings. It's when they're 4 or 5 years old and you get all the tweaks out of them.
Yeah.
And that's your good building.
Okay.
Even insurance-wise, a new building's not a great building to insure sometimes.
Ah,
They screw up all the time.
okay.
Yeah. I read that just the other day in our underwriting report that was sent to us monthly. Just so it goes on record that I do read those things. Who knows where that thing's gonna get to? I'm surprised you can tape so long. Yeah, your lighting is good. The only thing that would be, that's not the right lighting, you're in a moist area.
Well, that one's the direct one.
Yeah, this one here is no good, and if you screw up here and you break.
So can I get like your approval? Maybe we can put that in the budget next month. We have two other light bulb like that one.
This
Like
is-
so we could replace those
The
two.
way I look at this is, it's going in, and I'm gonna suggest the LED.
Like just like that one.
Oh, you guys are driving a hard bargain. But you know what? I'm gonna make a deal here. You can get those, honey, if I get the robot in 4 years.
boy.
It's not a
You
big
can get,
jump.
honey.
It's not a big jump.
Hold
I see
on.
that.
I'm gonna turn this around so I get my own video. Honey, you can get your lighting on anything in the barn as long as I get my robots in 4 years from now.
Fair deal.
Now we've got this on video. Everybody that's gonna see this is gonna hold JP up to it. He's gonna get the robots for Sylviane to milk the cows. And I will, in turn, gladly, sweetheart, hold on, get you your lighting.
We're not looking.
No
One or
problem.
two lights, you're good to
It's in
go.
the budget.
That's it. The way I have to look at it is, if it does fail, it's moisture, it's not meant for a wet area like this.
Okay, so what kind of lighting are we talking? This is fluorescent. This is a fluorescent.
Just an 8-foot HO fluorescent tube.
Yeah,
Hey.
just like over here. Yeah, even if you had two of those,
Yeah.
it's sealed lighting. And if you do break this, this is almost like a health area. Almost like a restaurant, a food prep.
Yeah.
You're prepping food right here. And if you have a break and something gets into something, it comes
Ah.
back. So just,
You know what? That'll be good. He teaches at Collège Boréal.
I should be in
So-
sales.
But you know what? You know what? We both teach at Collège Boréal. Maybe we can invite you one day to come and speak to our students. That would be. No, I'm serious. I'm serious. That,
It's
that
all
would be
good.
Yeah. You could put a little splurge in there for cooperators.
I might have a hard time with the French side of
the
it.
French
but
side
I
of
as
it.
long as they have an interpreter. I do talk a lot, I've been told, by my wife mostly.
Okay, let's go look at the new light. Show us, tell us about what's the difference. Just so I have this on here. So,
Well, that,
okay.
that's an LED stripe enclosed.
So
light.
everything's enclosed in here.
Yeah.
You see the brightness difference from here to there?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's night and day.
So, where did you get this one, JP?
That one comes from Saint Laitier.
Sanfetti.
Notre
And
Dame's
what are
small.
we talking about price wise?
$125.
So it's not worth not doing it.
Oh, no.
Well, I don't know, but last time I asked, the Minister of Finance here said no.
Well, maybe she just changed her mind today.
I can help out a bit.
Ah, there you
That's
go.
why I took. I knew I had an edge here. So.
Because everything else in here, your electrical, it's all sealed. Everything here is sealed. That's the only component that's the loose cannon.
All right.
At worst case scenario, it'll short out. If it ever did pop, your mill construction up above, it doesn't burn easy. I mean, I could hold a torch on that for a day and I'm gonna char it. That's how good that construction is.
Really?
Mill construction, if it burns, it's superficial usually, burns the contents, scores it up, they come in, sandblast it down, coat of paint, away they go.
Okay.
That's how good that is.
Is there a new one in the milk house? Is there one? What do we have in milk house for lighting, JP?
Oh yeah,
This is incredible.
That was actually a present from Gator.
Ah, this was a present from Gator here? Oh, this is a beauty. Oh. So, Gator, wherever you are, thank you for that beautiful lighting. Look at that, guys. For all those who don't know Gator, Gator's my father. And he donated his time and some really nice lighting fixtures. So, this is vapor proof. Really? Cool. All right, we're gonna go back and see the boys. All right. So you're walking from the milk house into. All right, what'd you guys laugh about
We
just
weren't
now?
talking about you.
Oh, I don't
Okay,
know.
but I got
All right.
down on that.
All right.
Now the milk gives off enough heat, your equipment gives off enough heat, you don't need really heat. You've got the office in the floor heating?
It's not in the floor. It's just a baseboard.
Oh,
Or
okay.
Just the
Uh,
water.
Yeah.
Just the water
Just-
thing
just
from the
hot water.
vapor.
And that's all you need. Even at 40
That's where the
below,
hydro is.
good. Even at 40 below.
Oh yeah, it's not an issue.
Exactly. You've insulated this whole milk house, haven't you?
Yeah. So that was just changed.
JP, but
well,
can you go higher, JP?
That's brand new. Boy, he's hard to hold up a door, eh? He's having a hard time opening that door. I'm just
So what are we looking? Okay, I'm gonna.
Now here we have. Now I'm going to go over to the left. You see where our ambient here is? It's about 22 degrees.
Yeah.
So that's about the level I want to be at. So we're about 23. We're 2 degrees, and that's exactly where we want to be.
Okay.
Now the last thing I'll do, take a look at the panel. Wait, open that one more time, JP.
What are you looking for? A
Oh,
pen
there it is.
or?
Yeah, you see how this one's all sealed in? So there's no breaker plates or everything's in on the breaker clips. We're good there. Now we just check. If you could hold, I'm just going to get underneath.
Oh, you're looking for holes.
Oh yeah, the milk house is bad. Yeah, you see over here on the one side? I got that.
Oh, okay.
So you changed out the feed.
You Gator changed out the feed and didn't put back the.
No, you know what he did? He forgot. I was here when he did that because he wanted to punch his feet and he got mixed up.
because the cover
He
wasn't.
had the panel turned,
Because it's this one you had to punch out. Punched out.
and he didn't have a clip.
You had it upside
Okay,
down.
so we need another clip there, Gary.
Yeah, he was going back home for one, and then he
That's it.
just forgot about it.
Ah, he was doing the gator dance while doing that
I'm
too.
sold on Gator, so I'm not gonna go there. The guy's good.
All right, I'm just gonna wipe you off a bit
Oh.
because you're like
Oh yeah, well,
you're like really dirty, Gary.
that's the usual way.
All
That-
right.
That's fine. You're not having fun unless you're getting
Eh.
dirty. You know? So infrared scan for what was showing, everything's looking very good for the most part.
So do you keep those pictures?
Oh yeah.
And those go on
Actually-
record.
Actually, I didn't take any photos. I'll take photos of anything that shows an anomaly that's hotter than normal than I expect it to be,
Okay,
and nothing showing up.
that's good.
It's good, or it's just simply telling us that we're not operating equipment that may be causing a different effect.
Okay.
So it's
Do you
just- it's
usually
just
bring that machine to every farm inspection?
Every commercial, every industrial, co-op, everything. This comes.
Cool.
We save buildings.
Okay.
Like I was telling you, that last hog barn a year ago
Mm-hmm.
had 90 degrees centigrade breakers,
Oh
and that's on the surface.
So
it was
that's a-
going.
That's something waiting to happen,
I
or it was happening.
I had to ask them to call either the electrician or the fire department because I couldn't go, and I would not be able to sleep at night. And
You couldn't physically leave the place.
I wouldn't leave.
Okay.
And that's how important it was to him, and I had to stay. And if he didn't understand that, I had to talk to convince him. He's our client. I'd look after him.
Ah, so you're gonna look after us for when?
This is what I do. This is why I get the. Remember that?
Okay.
I get paid the big bucks.
Ah, yeah.
That's why I get paid the big bucks.
All right. This is gonna be good looking back.
Well, I'm already going down the hole anyways on that. I might as well live it up.
As long as maybe if we can start getting you to do the gator dance, we'll have accomplished something today.
How often will you check the water, get it tested at all?
We have to buy with our.
DFO checks it twice a
Once
year.
a year?
Yeah.
Twice a year? Excellent.
It's part of our. If we don't pass, we don't get our milk A quality, which.
Okay, good. Here, when we come, we'll get that secured up on its base.
Okay, so Gator or no, not Gator. JP or Mario, this needs to be fixed up. How about? Oh, this is in. It
This
just.
isn't bad. It just came out a bit.
I think the wall is.
Exactly.
Oh, you know what? Hey. Je suis en train de faire une petite vidéo. Dis bonjour à tout le monde. Say hi to everyone. Just say hi.
Bonjour tout le monde.
And what are you here to do?
Moi, je suis ici pour inséminer des vaches.
Peux-tu dire en anglais?
I sure can. I'm here to come and breed some cows for Jean-Pierre.
All right. And you work for who?
I work for East Gen.
East Gen. So how many cows are you coming to do today?
He called for 2 today.
Excellent. So good luck. Well, no, I'm not going to say have fun. Good. Do a good job.
Good job.
All right. Merci beaucoup. Bye.
Bye.
Where did they go? All right. Uh-oh. Am I saying uh-oh here?
So, it's leaking. If we were to move that away, you'd have a bit of a drip.
Okay.
It just calcified in place.
Okay.
So it fixed itself.
It's
Temporarily,
It
yes.
fixed it fixed itself. Yes.
Well, we're going on record on a lot, eh?
Yeah. But this is it's
You
a good
know,
way to go back and check what needs to be done. And
It is. But it's also good if you show the students and stuff like that. You had a tour or somebody
Yeah.
going through, just another pair of eyes.
yeah.
So stuff like that you don't pick up on.
okay.
Because for me it's an unusual, so that's why I bring it to your attention. But I am a nagging conscience when it boils right down to it. I'm a nagging conscience.
But that's why you get the big bucks.
Oh, she's good.
And that's why I'll get the robot.
Exactly.
Boy.
A robot for a light isn't a bad deal.
No. All right.
There's something hot that it should be here for the hot water tanks. It's probably
So here we're going to be at about 24 degrees. Now we're going over here.
Why is it I'm not picking you up.
Yeah, you see where we've got one breaker. It probably came up. It's a little bit on the warm side.
Can I put my camera in front of yours just to?
Oh, yeah,
okay,
you-
hold
you-
on
you
here.
can take
I
a
just
look.
want to see. Okay, that's perfect.
So you see where the highest temperature is right over here.
Yeah.
So it's going to be about 34 degrees right in the middle. So it means it's working.
working.
Working hard.
And it's right in the middle. It's not off to one side. So you may have to see that breaker's probably 40 years old.
Oh.
How do you know?
Well, it's an old panel, an old breaker. I'm thinking it's a breaker from the 70s.
Okay.
Breaker for them Saudis. Oh, Gator. You got to get on top of that one.
Everybody thinks as long as the breaker operates, it's fine. But every time it pops, it's lost about 50% of its life expectancy.
Oh yeah.
So, and every time then it pops again, there's another 50% down. After so many years, it's really a good idea just to change them out, and because you can't afford to have them go down.
It has to be in the budget.
But because it's out of sight, out of mind too, eh?
You don't think about
you
it.
don't go with that. I've got other things to do. It's just something for you to know. Okay. So what I'm going to do is we're going to take a shot. And I'll send you this. When we get
Oh, nice.
when we get a 10 degrees difference or so, it's good to have the electrician come in and take a look, see what's going on.
Okay.
He may just say, JP, it's getting tired. Let's just get her replaced.
Okay.
But he may find some residual contacts that are loose, and he could tighten them up, and that could do it too.
Okay. So you know what? How much is a camera like that worth? It should almost be like you should almost have that as a tool. You know how we have in generators. You should almost have that as a tool on your farm.
He can get one from Canadian Tire.
For how much, give or take?
Probably $200.
That's it. So it'd be a good Christmas present.
Oh, big time!
Ah.
And you can do it for animals. You
get
can,
lights
you can check and see when
For
they're coming
heats.
into heat. When they have an infection in their foot, I can pick up.
Oh yeah.
I can.
Okay, humor me. Pull up your T-shirt.
Oh, yeah.
Humor me. I want to see. Can you pull up any heat from the scar? That
No.
Yeah.
No,
Let-
it's not warmer than the thing.
That I just.
You just want to see my big belly, my manly
If it's a
belly.
different temperature, we probably could, but on an animal,
Yeah.
you can tell that. No, battery's dead.
Okay, that's all. Good. Let's see that scar that you did.
Just as we finished, hopefully I'll get my photo. If not, I'll come back and take another shot.
Sounds good. How did-
You know how I got this?
No.
Somebody instead of putting off the grinder,
Oh, just let it.
he
Yeah.
just unplugged it.
Oh,
So I was going. I was holding the grinder by the wire. I wasn't, and just had it loose in the other in my hand, and I had plugged it, and my buddy plugged it at the other end, and when the grinder started, it just yanked.
It just tore it.
But no. Okay, Gary. Now that he's said. Okay. Now that he said this story, this guy has been grinded in the stomach. This guy has a nice little grind on his back cheek. Also, and this guy has a grind on the front leg. So
Well, yeah, I think everyone needs a pastime, and whatever it is, I think we should just encourage it, and hopefully it doesn't go farther than what it
yes,
does.
but the one on the buttocks was quite
Oh,
quite
I
deep.
had a hard time sitting down for a while.
Well, how'd you do that?
Oh,
You know those DeWalt grinders?
Yeah.
They have a plate underneath to put them on instead of a switch. So it's like you hold it to the plate like this, and then to grind. And I had set it beside the conveyor. I was changing a bearing, and I turned and I sat on it. The freaking thing started.
And it started. You figure there was a safety switch they put on it.
That one didn't.
But yeah, there's like a 90-degree thing that you have to pull with your finger. But I did the right motion when I sat
Just
on it.
slipped and open. He doesn't play around the little swing set or trampoline at home, does he? I mean, maybe a good safety course, maybe, every once in a while for people. It's not a bad.
JP was definitely lucky. Definitely lucky. So was I.
God.
Yeah.
Now, Now, I'm not big on sales, but life insurance is a good thing for someone.
Hold on. Come here, Gary. Who do you work for, Gary? Does Cooperators have life insurance?
We do. I could put you in touch with someone. They pay me to do this. Can you believe that?
As long as you're having fun while you're doing. So, guys, we want to say thank you to Gator again for this beautiful light.
Oh, that's it.
That's-
That's the king.
Yeah.
And here is where they would usually, and you don't have it, you don't need it, but they put in the little temporary heaters.
Okay.
And in some of the older barns, you know, they would be, they're not, this is just state of the art, they would be wood. And the thing would take off like an arc welder and the fan would blow it all around and we'd lose the whole barn.
Oh, wow.
Well, all your ducks are here.
I think Bud Boudry and Burner is a short that happened and is a washer. That's what set the old barn.
Yeah, I did. If I ever had a barn, if I had anything like this with panels and stuff like that, and I had to go this route because of cleaning and everything, I would back everything onto a piece of cement board.
Okay.
I would paint it white to make it do, but everything would be offset. That way it couldn't burn and radiate heat to transfer the heat. I see so much of it and I say, you know, even the electric heaters, if they had it on mounted on
Cement board.
what's it gonna do? It would blow out against stainless steel tank, dissipate its energy, fall to the concrete floor. But it radiates and it just takes into the heat the plastic. This is all plastic.
Yeah.
So here you have a combustible structure. I tell you, the only last thing, is there a section we can get up to take a look in the, in the attic on the other part?
No, well, we were there, like, here.
It was
here.
opening, eh?
If you go on the other side.
Oh, is there one on the other side?
Yeah.
Because it looks pretty good, like, what are you worried with? Maybe more on the walls?
Look at it.
Yeah.
Look at it from here.
Yeah.
I wouldn't recommend stepping in there, though.
No, well, I don't need to, eh? The electrical is correct. It's just the structural, there's nothing we can do to investigate it from that side. It doesn't need to be, we know what it's like. But you've got, it's just beyond the steel beam.
Yeah. Well, the steel beam is actually a bit higher and we forced everything up, so it makes it look worse.
Exactly.
But there is a sag there.
Let me see, JP. Ew.
So, we have, the trusses, that's just above there, it's just the trusses. But the trusses all bowed. But your ceiling, your line is perfect. Like most of your line is pretty good. There might be a little dip in one area, a little bow.
Well, if you look at the thing there, there's a sag there.
And I noticed more on the side
Yeah.
a bit, but yeah, I'd like to see that, just for my own curiosity. Like, there's not much we can do about it. We'll just let them know. And the 4-year plan's not a bad one.
Okay, you guys don't go down there too long there.
No, we're gonna go from the window only.
Oh, okay.
Well, if I can use this, I can demonstrate to the other inspectors and stuff too, eh?
Ah,
So we
okay.
do it, like, just for training and that, eh? Like,
Absolutely.
Everything I learn, I want to keep passing on to everybody, and everything they do, they pass on to me. So
Awesome.
it just makes us better when we have to get out in the real world.
So hi everyone, thanks for joining in. Thanks Keith, thanks for hanging out with us. We're still touring the barn. You could probably see them, they've gone, hold on here, bye Keith. Alright, so hold on here, they're up there. So they won't be there too long. They're just going up there to take a look, and I'll turn you guys around and show you where. So they went up through there, they walked along here, and they're actually looking at inside inside the roof here to see what's going on with ceiling and oh, they're so they've gone up and they're actually looking at the roof, inside the roof, to see how the roof is made and if there's anything that needs to be done. So I'm gonna turn you guys back around. They should be coming back down soon. Thank you for everyone for joining us on our live stream today. Insurance on the farm. An annual thing. We're actually insured with Cooperators, and they're across Canada. Not sure if they're in the States. I'd have to ask our inspection guy here, but they've been good to us so far. I may have to talk to you guys about situation later on. Yeah, just one plate to put up there, Gator. That's it. JP should get that done. And in the house, in Mom and Dad's house, there's a couple of things that need to be done. There's some fire alarms. Fire alarms are very important. We need to go buy some new ones. Then that has to be done before end of day. There's we found some gauge 14 wire, and with that gauge 14 wire, there's actually the little round units that they're 20 amps, need to go down to 15, so we gotta replace 4 of them. If it would have been 10 gauge, I believe the 20 amps would have been fine, but right now it's overfused or over. There's too much, so we're gonna be doing that. There's a light plate, and we need to recess one of the lighting fixtures, get a new box, get a new plate, right at the entrance of the house. And there was one more electrical unit that needs to have a plate put on top to close it up. And what else was there was one other electrical unit near the plumbing unit. So yeah, so that would needs to be put back onto the wall, cover plate, and that one would be fine. And what else? In our house there was some fire alarms also. So change the breakers from 29 to 15s. Okay, Gary. So at our house, if we go through the list really quickly from our house, what do we need?
Smoke alarm.
Smoke alarm from the first house, and then there was the 2 back sheds.
Oh, and then I'll make a suggestion that some of the leaning out buildings either have to be maintained or they should be torn down, just so the kids don't get hurt.
Okay.
Now you have a swimming pool.
Yes.
That's a 50-inch high.
40. No, it's under 50. We were looking at the 52-inch, and we can afford the 52-inch. That's a 46.
Okay.
Because it's not one of that unit goes up and down, like you put it up and you bring it back down. It's not one of those installed year-long units.
Usually there's a requirement for a certain height. And then,
I think it's 52 here in municipality.
So have you got any plans to do any kind of, usually you have to make it up to that height so kids can't climb in or fall in, climb up and get in. That's where you kind of look at that.
Okay, I thought we were good until 52. Up on top of 52, we had to have the
52 is up high
for the
enough where
pens.
it doesn't require they'll have just a fencing that goes around on top.
Okay.
And once you hit the 52-inch mark, a little kid can't lift up and climb in.
Okay.
So that's the kind of thing.
Okay, we'll look into that with the municipality.
So that's something in the pool and fencing, I'll kind of be as I can, but usually for the kids' protection it has to go there. Now the only other thing, the entry into it, if it's a ladder,
it's always off.
and exactly, if it's off, if you can take better control of it somewhere, That would be better than the kid just going around and putting it up and in they go.
Okay.
Because it's liability.
Okay.
You've got the trampoline, you got the safety meshing.
Yeah.
If you didn't have it, I'd ask you to do something about that.
Okay.
Because if other kids visit and stuff like that, it's everybody we worry about.
Okay.
So that's kind of everything today is liability.
Yeah. No, I totally. We do have the other ladder. That's actually, I don't know if you saw it, but one of the buildings, if you would have walked behind it, it's actually a ladder that actually self locks.
Yeah.
So JP just didn't put it on. We took out the original ladder this year. We just didn't take out the old
So
one.
that's the only thing I'll
Anyway.
go with is maybe pool fencing suggestion there and ladder control.
Okay. You maybe mention the pool fencing to JP
Yeah. Oh yeah.
because saying it to me and
you go. You're with the kids all the time. You know
Yeah.
what they're like. You turn
Yeah.
your back and there's water.
Yeah.
Kids
Oh,
got it, yeah. So that's the way. I'm the same way.
Okay.
Kids come first, kind of thing. The other thing is that should be it for that section. The only thing is sometimes on decking,
okay.
and I know you probably love your decking, but you have seating.
I have what?
You know, on your deck on your house, you have seating.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's not really a code thing.
Okay.
You see what happens? What happens when you do a deck?
Yeah.
You want vertical rails
Right.
as opposed to horizontal. Horizontal rails, kids are out there, kids are kids. They'll use the horizontal ones as a ladder, and they'll climb up on the top and. You know,
Okay.
if a young guy gets a
So what's
double
the
bed-
solution to that?
Well, the only thing I can suggest to you, if you want to keep that kind of seating, what I would suggest is you move it in. You know,
It's attached to
I
the.
know. Vertical, you know how you have everywhere else where you have it 100 millimeters every vertical post?
Okay.
That's the way decks are supposed to be done.
So if behind that seating we would actually add something more like a lattice or like a pergola with.
What I have to advise you is you do something that would meet a code requirement.
Okay, I thought.
Lattice work doesn't count because it's very soft, it's bendable.
Okay.
What you have to do is contain them. If you were to extend it and do it a little bit more, you could probably keep that in place, I would think. But I can only advise you for what
Okay,
I
I
know.
thought I was under the impression that it was under code.
It's never the code like that.
No.
Because it's the seating and then the backing is all horizontal, where they can use it as a
As a ladder.
at the top. So that's it. If your pool was closer, or the trampoline was closer, this is what goes through my
Okay.
mind after doing it, as silly as it is.
No. It's
It's the extent, because I've seen them in places where there was a trampoline, where they would go from the trampoline on into the pool that was unfenced, and that was at, a risk.
okay.
And I said, no, this is what goes through my mind, and why aren't you thinking like that? But
Okay.
common sense.
Okay.
It's hard when you don't see what I see until it's two eyes coming in, and it's after you do it for 38 years,
Right.
you think you've almost seen everything, and now I've never seen that before. It's all like, wow, where did that come from? So that's the kind of thing. Now at the main house, at the grandparents' house,
Yeah.
probably the decking will need guardrails,
Fixing.
the verticals,
Yeah.
and it's usually 100 millimeters apart, and there's a certain height to them too. I have to ask you to contact your local people to get the appropriate heighting so it's done right once.
Okay.
Otherwise, if I give it to you, I know it's between 47 to 52, but it could be 37 to 42 in certain areas. That's normally where
Okay.
she goes. So that way I don't become the bad guy when, no, it's not right, and somebody makes you change it.
Okay.
Then this way I don't look too bad at all.
Okay.
A little bit of overfusing from what we saw with 14
Yeah.
gauge wiring.
Okay.
Should be 15
15.
amp fusing. We've seen an open junction box downstairs in that room.
Okay.
We have a hanging light switch by the entry door
Right.
with exposed electrical. We've got let's see, we've also got the one by the well.
Yes,
The
that
well
one. That was just hanging
Just has
out.
to be secured and maybe a cover plate put on that.
Okay.
The other good thing is I'll put it in. It doesn't have to go to them. You'll be dealing with it, but in the housekeeping. Because right now, if something happened to Mom, or I don't know, it'd be hard to get out there. There's so much combustible loading in there. If somebody could do a little bit of cleaning, reduce it, not a
We
good
can't.
idea.
Right. We've tried. We can't right now.
then you know if there's a problem there, it'll go quite quick.
Yeah, we are aware. We've mentioned it to the parents.
It's their place. Their place is their castle. I just note it and pass it on. So I'll send this all to you, and then you let us know how things have to be done, because with grandma with cancer, whatever's probably good for her,
Yeah.
Hopefully that'll work. I once I send it to you, you can play it out with Diane and
Okay.
and in the cooperators, and they're usually pretty good.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
It just that I like putting that in, just so you know, as a reminder for later
No,
on.
that's why I'm doing this video right now. So it's for my own.
The other thing is we've got breaker clips in the shop.
Right.
All buildings should have a fire extinguisher.
Okay.
Okay, we're talking milk house, all the shop buildings. Maybe not where the hay storage is. The machine shed building, if you have an extra one, it's always good, because if you're storing
Yeah.
and you see something like with a combine and the battery's not off yet, you can maybe save it. But
Well,
really,
okay. When we're talking fire extinguisher, which one do you want? There's different kinds.
what I tend to go with, because you can get into all classes of commodity here with water and everything, wood, electrical, gasoline, I'd probably suggest at least a 10-pound
Okay.
ABC extinguisher.
ABC
in
for
each.
sure. Okay.
Okay, and that's it. And I don't really want you fighting a fire.
But it's there.
I want you to use that because you may need it to get out safely.
Okay.
That's all I care about.
The rest can be replaced.
Exactly. We can't replace you.
Okay.
We rebuild buildings. This is what we do for a living. Most of the time. Most of the time.
You're on that one, right? You're on that one, right?
Oh, I've got that right.